Hardly a month goes by without Saudi Arabia announcing an extraordinary construction project. Behind the increasingly newsworthy Neom showcase, there are also other oversized constructions. Double XL amusement park, ultra-futuristic stadium, airport, giant cube, or, more recently, the announcement of a 2-kilometer-high skyscraper. The major projects are numerous. These constructions cover a wide range of fields, but all have one thing in common: a desire for grandeur. Ever taller, ever bigger, ever more beautiful. Saudi Arabia wants to make its mark with buildings that are sure to put the country in the record books. Behind this frenzy in the billions of dollars spent is also the desire to diversify the Saudi economy. Made rich by oil, Saudi Arabia remains dependent on this commodity, which drives the majority of its economy. A state of affairs that could change with these new constructions. However, they still need to be able to get off the ground, as we'll see in this video with the scaling down of the line. From a park dedicated to the Dragon Ball saga to the world's next tallest building, I take you today to the heart of the Saudi monarchy for a review of these mega projects that may well be the country's showcase in the future, if they are not disrupted by the conflicts brewing around the world and in the region. Which brings me to our sponsor for today's video, Conflict of Nations, a free online PvP strategy game where you can choose a real country to rule during World War III. The game's advanced battlefield technology and real-time combat system put players in command of an existing world nation and its army. If you're looking for action, this is the game for you, as you can compete with up to 128 players simultaneously in games that can last for weeks. To carry out your operations, you can count on a complete military arsenal, including hundreds of weapons and tanks, jets, nuclear submarines, and more. But you don't have to fight alone. You can also form alliances with other players to win battles. You can play with the same account on both PC and mobile, so you can try it everywhere. Icing on the cake, you get an exclusive gift. Click on the link in the description to get 13,000 gold and 1 month of premium subscription for free. Offer only available for 30 days, so don't lose time. Let's start with the latest announcement, and undoubtedly the one that has had the greatest impact on the general public. At the end of March, via a video presentation, Saudi Arabia revealed its intention to build a huge amusement park based on the world of the famous Dragon Ball manga. This promotional stunt comes just a few days after the death of Akira Toriyama, the creator of the successful Japanese manga. The park is expected to cover more than 500,000 square meters, an area equivalent to that of Disneyland Park in Paris. The complex will be spread over 7 different locations, each evocative of an iconic period or place in the saga. 7 is also the number of crystal balls that, when brought together, can summon Shinron, a wish-fulfilling dragon. However, there will be no need to invoke Shinron on the future site. A huge statue of the dragon, over 70 meters high, is to be erected in the center of the park. In all, over 30 rides have been announced. Based on theme parks such as Disneyland, themed hotels and restaurants will be offered to visitors to make the experience even more immersive. For those interested, you'll have to wait a little longer to get there. How much longer? It's hard to say, as no opening date has yet been announced. The same goes for the cost of this immense park. But one thing is certain, it will be set in Qiddiya, a city entirely dedicated to entertainment launched in 2019 by the Saudis. It lies 50 kilometers west of the capital Ryadh, not far from the rocky Tuwaiq Mountains. The new city will be home to many other entertainment and sports facilities. The most emblematic of these is the Mohammed bin Salman Stadium, named after the Crown Prince who currently rules most of the country. The stadium will be able to accommodate 45,000 people. This puts it far behind the record-breaking May 1st stadium, located in Pyongyang, North Korea. It features 114,000 seats. The performance is more to be found in its design. This futuristic stadium with its retractable roof was designed by Populous, the firm renowned for Las Vegas's MSG Sphere. In this spirit, the stadium will feature an immense LED wall. This technology will enable the stadium to host not only soccer matches but also esport competitions, concerts, and shows of all kinds. Located 200 meters above sea level, the builders promise to create a water reservoir under the structure to power the air conditioning system. To operate, the system will recover rainwater to reduce its ecological impact, but only if it rains. In any case, this stadium should be one of the major attractions for a global event, the 2034 Football World Cup, which the country is bidding to host. The results are expected by the end of the year, but there's little doubt as to the outcome since the Saudi bid is the only one to have been officially registered. What the Dragon Ball theme park and this new generation stadium have in common is that they both have the same source of funding, Qiddiya Investment Company, a company 100% owned by the State Investment Fund, a sovereign wealth fund worth over $700 billion chaired by MBS and serving, among other things, his Vision 2030 project, a program aimed at driving forward the country's economic transition and anticipating the end of the oil industry rent. It was within this perspective that the decision was taken to build Neom, a vast region in the northwest of the country which is to contain, among other things, the linear megacity of the future, the Line. Neom, a project that continues to expand with each new announcement. One of the latest and most spectacular is Treyam, an immense futuristic hotel that will feature a suspended swimming pool over 450 meters long on its roof. Obviously, a world record. If you're interested, here's a link to my latest update video on this fast-moving utopia. In fact, the latest major news concerning the Line bears witness to a slowing down of the project. Initially planned to stretch over 170 kilometers and eventually accommodate 9 million people, the Line embodied the boundless ambitions of the Saudi kingdom. A titanic ambition, now drastically scaled back. At the beginning of April, Saudi developers announced that the linear city will be home to just 300,000 residents over 2.4 kilometers by 2030. In any case, I'll continue to keep an eye on Neom's progress and bring you a new video update soon. Another project linked to this Vision 2030 is Diriyah Gate, a $65 billion program to revitalize one of Saudi Arabia's jewels. The historic city of Diriyah, on the outskirts of Ryadh, is located here. The area is renowned for its traditional mud brick architecture. This heritage is particularly well preserved in the Al-Tarif project. Al-Tarif is one of the 5 Saudi sites included on UNESCO's World Heritage List. It's a jewel that the kingdom wants to showcase by turning the site into a top tourist destination. In all, some 40 luxury hotels and resorts are to be built, along with over 20,000 homes and 9 museums. The buildings will be designed in the architectural style of the city's historic buildings. In all, the new city is expected to be home to 100,000 residents. On this site alone, over 50 million visitors are expected by 2030, a figure that seems huge. By way of comparison, the kingdom welcomed just over 20 million tourists in 2019 throughout its territory, yet this expectation is in line with the kingdom's objectives. Indeed, its leaders have set themselves the ambition of receiving 150 million visitors a year by 2030. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, tourism could account for 17.1% of the Saudi economy by 2032. With this in mind, the authorities are rolling out a series of architectural feats to amaze tomorrow's visitors. They will also be able to appreciate another unusual building that has been the subject of much comment since it was announced, since it will be nothing less than the tallest building in the world. Forget the 828-meter-high Burj Khalifa in Dubai, which is the world's tallest skyscraper since 2010. This new tower is set to rise over 2 kilometers. According to Architects Journal, the trade magazine that broke the story in early March, Foster & Partners has been selected to work on the project. This double XL building, financed by the Saudi Public Investment Fund, will be a major challenge for the firm, as it will be 5 times taller than the tallest building it has ever overseen. That building is JP Morgan Chase's world headquarters in New York. This imposing 423-meter skyscraper will be completed in 2025. In fact, the final height of the building was reached in April. But the famous British firm isn't stopping there. In mid-April, plans were revealed for a new 487-meter-high tower. With such a height, it will take first place among New York's tallest skyscrapers if roof height is taken into account, just ahead of the 472-meter Central Park Tower completed in 2020. This immense 62-story skyscraper is to be built at 350 Park Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, not far from the new JP Morgan headquarters. The renderings show a clear resemblance to its little sister. As for the Saudi project, no details have yet been released about the potential appearance of this new tower, which will require billions of dollars of investment. But its location seems to have already been decided. It's to be located to the north of Ryadh. This new tower is not Foster's and Partners' first venture into the Saudi petro-monarchy. Foster's and Partners is in charge of another major project, the new airport in Ryadh. Here too, things have been planned in grand style, covering an area of 57 square kilometers. The new hub is expected to handle 120 million passengers by 2030 and even 185 million by 2050. The cargo section will also be given pride of place, making it one of the most competitive airports in the Gulf region. A huge challenge given that other cities in the region, such as Dubai, already benefit from state-of-the-art infrastructures. Within the country itself, Riyadh's current airport is not the busiest. It's in the coastal city of Jeddah in the west of the country. Located close to Mecca, the airport sees millions of Muslim pilgrims passing through on their way to this holy site. While its cost remains a mystery for the time being, its name is known. It will be King Salman International Airport, named after the country's 86-year-old current ruler. It remains to be seen whether the infrastructure will be ready for the coming events that await the capital, particularly in 2030, a symbolic date with the famous Vision 2030, but not the only one. That year, Ryadh is due to host the World Expo, a global event lasting almost 6 months. The Expo is sure to attract millions of visitors. There's no doubt that the political authorities will do their best to show the world a city transformed by spectacular construction. So, will the Mukaab, the immense futuristic cube 400 meters high and wide, be raised from the ground? Following last year's announcement, which we reported on in another video, work has now begun on the project. According to the organizers' press releases, excavation work is underway with over 4 million cubic meters of material cleared. But time is running out, and the pace of work will surely have to be stepped up if the project is to see the light of day before the 2030 World Expo. Another reason for the project's slowness may be a lack of funds. To accumulate the billions of dollars needed to build these mega projects, the Saudi authorities are stepping up their international contacts to attract foreign investment. The latest example is the Neom promoters who in March attended the International Market for Real Estate Professionals in Cannes, France, and more recently in Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, to present their mega projects in the hope of attracting investors. Although there's still some doubt as to when all these projects will be completed by 2030, other sites are already beginning to take shape and be used to raise the country's profile. Such is the case of the Al-Ula Valley, an oasis surrounded by monumental rocks, some of them man-made, in northwestern Saudi Arabia. It is in this grandiose setting that the Maraya Concert Hall opened last year. This 500-seat venue has the distinction of being listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest reflective building, with its mirror-covered exterior walls. Since its opening, Alicia Keys and Kanye West have already used it. It's the cornerstone of an immense tourist complex that's currently taking shape, with its many museums and luxury hotels. Even if each of them claims to be eco-friendly and to have minimal impact on the environment, the ecological cost of these constructions remains a major issue in this real estate frenzy. But this does not stop the kingdom from continuing its frantic race towards modernity, launching huge construction projects across its territory. It remains to be seen whether the most impressive of these will actually get off the ground. To be continued. That's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Thanks to Conflict of Nations for sponsoring this video. As a reminder, it's a free online PvP strategy game happening in a modern global warfare where you choose your own strategy, engage in epic battles, and take control of the world. If you try the game now, you'll receive an exclusive gift, so click on the link in the description to get 13,000 gold coins and 1 month free premium membership. This offer is valid for 30 days only, so don't waste any time. Click on the link in the description, choose your country, and fight your way to victory. On that note, I'll see you soon for the next video on Looking For.